A great journey. Since August 10th of 2020, Microstrategy has bought about $8.3 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Why would you listen to this guy? Well, this guy's name is Michael Saylor. He's the executive chairman and former CEO of Microstrategy, and now oversees the company's Bitcoin acquisition.
And since we levered it, we're up 825%. The number one performing stock in the S&P is NVIDIA, up 821% as of Friday. So we beat every single company in the S&P index using a Bitcoin strategy.
Well, Michael was born in 1965 in Lincoln, Nebraska. His father was an Air Force Chief Master Sergeant, so Michael spent a lot of time in his early years on different military bases. At age 11, the family finally settled in Ohio. Michael then went to MIT through an Air Force Reserve full scholarship, joined Theta Delta Chi, and was a double major in aeronautical and astronautical engineering and history of science. Saylor has mentioned that his history in science was essential to understanding the dawn of the internet and the larger world-changing effects of Bitcoin's technology. Now, prior to the pandemic, Michael was reviewing his company's growth and thought to himself where they should be putting their large cash position. Michael looked at the debasement of the currency over time and realized that sitting on cash was costing the company 8% a year of its purchasing power, meaning, in his words, the company had to grow 8% a year just to break even with the previous year. So Saylor and the board started to look at places of where they should put their cash. They reviewed all the traditional asset classes and realized that none would be as efficient to keep up with the money supply expansion. After this exhaustive line of work, Saylor brought up to the board looking into property such as Bitcoin, and found that there's many other board members who were also Bitcoin holders too. With the beginning of the pandemic in full swing, the company decided to make their first purchase of Bitcoin in August 2020 of 21,454 Bitcoin. Since 2020, Saylor and MicroStrategy have intentionally included holding Bitcoin as part of their strategic treasury reserve. MicroStrategy is a business intelligence company that would become a global leader, founded by Saylor himself in 1989. And since their first purchase of Bitcoin, MicroStrategy currently owns 252,220 Bitcoin, making them the second largest institutional holder behind BlackRock's iShares ETF. Now, Michael Saylor was asked, how many more Bitcoin do you plan on buying? And his answer was, all of them. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate all the work you are putting in to helping this channel grow. Do a favor, please hit the bell below to get notified every time I upload content. Hit the like button below to let the algorithm know that you're liking this content. And comment below what other prominent Bitcoin or financial figures you would like to learn more about. We'll see you next time.
To shareholders, what is it about Bitcoin specifically that, in your view, makes it a logical asset for companies to at least put some of their money in?
Well, I mean, let's look at the big picture. I've been a public company officer for 22 years. When you could generate